How's it going? Good afternoon. Good morning. Good morning. I'm getting ahead of myself. Good morning to everyone. Apologize about delay. We just had a little technical difficulty with the camera, but hey, we always have backups just in case. Now, friends, I know there's a lot to discuss today. A lot of news with immigration. Maybe not respect to reform, but stay tuned. We will share that with you right now. Friends, welcome to Green Card Guys TV. I'm your host, John Ting. I practice immigration law in all 50 states of America, helping you solve your immigration problem. Now, I do see some questions in the comments. Of course, if you do have questions throughout the show, please drop in the comments, and I'll see if there's a way I can help solve, at least point you in the right direction. Right? This is what this channel is about. I know there's a lot of people in general are lawyers on YouTube now these days. Please know that for us, we're not here to dramatize anything. We're just here to provide you as transparent as possible what's going on with the Biden administration with respect to immigration or Department of Homeland Security or Department of State, because they're all making us go a little bit anxious, especially with the reform, but more so about the lack of priority for interviews, whether it's in the United States or interviews that are supposed to schedule abroad. Now, let me see, let me answer some questions first, since y'all were so nice to, drop some comments. By the way, friends, if you are new to the channel, please let me know by subscribing down below and smashing the like button. If you're watching on Instagram, please hit the hearts, give us some love. Just a couple days ago, we had an attorney as a guest. His name's Luis Victoria. We talked about mandamus, our win out there, victory out there, got the result for the client, and also about national interest waiver. So I'm getting my days all mixed up because I have a baby, but I believe that was on Tuesday. So here we go. We got one question here. I know it's strange. I kind of look off to the side because my camera's at a different angle here. Okay, Aziz, thanks for your question here. Oh, there's your comment, then in questions next. You are Iwi. You're seeking asylum, and you've been placed in removal proceeding and later granted prosecutorial discretion. Great, wonderful. And now you're married to a U.S. citizen, and your wife abused you. Well, you have a lot going on. I hope you're doing okay. You filed for VAWA with your 131. Okay, that's good. That's good. VAWA takes a while, but good you have that filed already. Your question is, can I travel with advanced parole to a neighboring country? So I don't practice asylum law. We do help with mandamus cases based on asylum delays for interview or the decision. But from what I do know is that you cannot travel to your country of nationality or the country that you are seeking asylum from, maybe your birth country. I have not heard of anything saying you cannot travel to a neighboring country, but I would suspect the USCIS or the court would say, because even though you have this prosecutorial discretion, if for some reason you had to go back to court in the future, it gets reopened, and your application that's pending with you at the court is asylum, you just don't want to give them any reason to suspect that that you're the people that you're fearful of. What would be to stop them to go to the neighboring country if they find out you're there, right? That's kind of the whole thing. So you might want to think about that a little bit more. By the way, asylum attorney referral here of another channel is Brian Manning. Okay, he practices only asylum law. Okay, so check him out. Check out his channel. He's got a lot of shorts, quick tips here and there on YouTube Shorts. So check it out. As opposed to mine, I'm mostly a little bit longer form, but I'm trying to get up on those shorts. All right, give you some quick tips. Yeah, let us know where we're watching from. Watching from Chicago, great. Yep, Senior Designer Edition. Thanks for tuning in again. Yeah, it's a shame. I've been telling y'all I'm pissed off. You should be too. They need to put pressure on Republicans, but it's all politics, right? It would seem obvious they should put pressure. So there's clearly a reason why they're not doing that. There's probably something else they care more about than immigration. How frustrating is that? Yeah, Ali, I do I think they have another plan? Oh my god, you know what? Like if they had a plan, like a legitimate plan, then I think they would have provided that already. I think they really thought they could get like the big shot in citizenship Act of 2021, sponsored by I think his first name is Bob, Senator Melendez out of New Jersey. I think they thought they could get through. That it's just yes, you want to ask for the whole shebang, the whole thing, but then I just don't think Democrats have good negotiators. I might piss some people off with saying that, but hopefully that will tick them off so they can start that what they need to read. Friends, by the way, if you have a business, any kind of occupation that where you need to deal with negotiating, I read books all the time because I need to for my business and for you as a client. It helps the practice. Never split the difference. Okay, I'll drop it in the comments after. But author, his name is Chris Voss, Voss. I highly recommend that. I think Democrats need to read that book. He's a former FBI negotiator, and I believe international too. What is the next plan after Plan C is rejected? Yes, similar question. Um, Pressure the Republicans. That is the plan right now. Well, that's what they need to do now. Okay, they shouldn't wait just for parliamentarian. They're only waiting for the parliamentarian because they're just going to assume that Republicans are not going to vote for it, right? Because going to a parliamentarian means that you're bypassing any Republican support. So they need to get pressure back on Republicans. Okay, so Facebook user, thank you. Have a wonderful holiday, everyone. I know not everyone celebrates Christmas. There's a bunch of holidays during December. Um, so please enjoy the time with your family. Senior designer, your question is, I know it's kind of awkward the way I'm looking to the screen. Let me move my camera if I can. But I got to look at the question. Okay. I was in F3. Your PD is 2016. You upgraded F1. Okay. So your parent is a U.S. citizen now or has been. Your stuff, your documents went to NVC. Okay. Financial sponsorship, that type of documents. You got to log in for NVC, but your visa class type has F31 and your action notice has unmarried child, right? Like F2A. Okay, so I'm assuming you're referring to action notice based on 797 notice, and that was back with the petition. But if you upgraded, that would have been after the fact, so you're not going to get a new notice if that's what you're referring to. Something to keep in mind because we do get a lot of calls. By the way, friends, and speaking of calls, we do offer free consultation, 15 minutes, try to point you in the right direction because there are certain situations people might not know, like if they have a case that's being delayed and they think it's normal now these days with pandemic to be extra delayed. No, that's not an excuse for USCIS or Department of State. Do not let them fool you. They need to be processing your case on a normal processing time. They cannot give pandemic as an excuse anymore. Okay. So by the way, so give us a call. Here it is. Okay. 346-330-5888. But to secure the free consultation, you got to stay tuned all the way to the end. Or of course, check out our other YouTube videos because we will provide the secret code at the end of the show. Okay. You could probably guess it, honestly. All right, let's see here. So your question is, okay, well, so I don't really know what your question is, senior designer. Actually, I mean, I don't want to guess, but I'm assuming your question could be, will NVC or Department of State uh, actually officially upgrade to F1? I think that's what you mean. But just a know your rights type of situation right now. because as senior designer, I don't know if you're in this situation, if you are abroad or not, outside America or in the U.S., but we get a lot of calls of people that have a family preference petition filed F1, 2, 3, 4, and they are in the US. Now, if that's completely fine if you had maintained your status and knowing how long the process, the wait time is for these family preference categories, which by the way is ridiculous, then um, most likely, because 99.9% of our calls, the folks have not maintained their status. Okay, unless you're going to F1 like pretty much continuing that every year for all these years. That would be very impressive with all these high tuition in America. So okay, great, senior designer. I see you're in South America. Okay, I don't mean to skip over everyone, but senior designer has updated his comments because I'm trying to figure out this question. NVC has as married child, and USCIS has it as unmarried child. Okay, well, the first step, okay, senior designer, you may have done this. Inquire, submit an inquiry to the NVC. You should be able to find it if you Google search it, NVC inquiry, or I think they have it like the ask form. They may have called it. So check that out. Okay, see if they can help you with that to update it appropriately. Okay. Yeah, I mean, if you're not even married, then they completely have it wrong, right? Because that typically pushes back up to F2A. But if you actually already got an upgrade to F1, then you should be fine because you would not be upgraded to F1. If I recall, let me see if we can pull up the visa bulletin. Visa bulletin, because F3 I know is I believe is married children, adult children of a U.S. citizen. Yeah, married sons and daughters of U.S. citizen, right? So maybe they corrected it if you said that they've upgraded you to F1. Okay, so you might be all good on that point. Now going back to so hopefully that helps. So smash the like button if you enjoyed the response. Of course, sometimes I have to share bad news, but typically bad news is about reform. Okay. Sorry, I can't help you there with reform. I wish I could. Hi, Plan C is rejected. So is there any chance? I've been telling y'all it's gonna get rejected. Okay. I told y'all Plan A is gonna get rejected. I told y'all Plan B is gonna get rejected. Pretty much every immigration attorney on YouTube has been saying, oh yeah, it's gonna happen. It's gonna work. It's gonna work. No, if it was gonna work, why did they do this the past 20 plus years? It's all a joke to me. It's ridiculous. So this is what y'all need to do. Contact us. Send us a text or fill out the form down below on greencardguys.com. Fill out our form. Ask for, even if you don't have a case, it's okay. Ask for a letter, a sample letter to send to Congress. We've been getting these requests all the time. We're happy to send it to you. It might take us a couple hours, couple days to get back to you just because we got a lot of requests and we have to prioritize, but we will get you that letter because you need to notify your politician and where you live that you care about immigration, which I know you do. I only have 5,000 subscribers compared to other folks have way more. I don't care about that because I know y'all are watching. I greatly appreciate it. You're following us and understand the real value of our channel is we're sharing know your rights. Okay. We want to be as transparent as possible. There's so much going on in the world, especially America, I want to share about, but it has nothing to do about immigration. So I'm probably going to create other channels to talk about it. Consumer law, things like that. People are getting scammed left and right. America is getting scammed by all these COVID-19 schemers. It's just ridiculous. Okay, off my rant. But to complete it full circle, you need to contact your politician, elected official, let them know you care. We have 1 year left, my friends. This is just how it works. If you know someone who's a US citizen, born in America or naturalized, they are allowed to vote. Okay. So ask them. Of course, don't tell them who to vote for. Okay. Because this gets a little sticky, right? That's why the whole thing, like, don't talk about politics. But if they know you're an immigrant, please encourage them, vote for the right person. I think they'll know what you mean. Okay. And the thing is that if you have them write a letter as well, email letter is what I mean. You just email, you just click a button. It shouldn't be that difficult for people. Let them know. Here's the reason why, because I need to vote the midterm elections. That's next year. It's so quick. And traditionally, every midterm, whether it's Democrat in power now, it's going to flip to Republicans the next 2 years. Okay? It happens all the time. I'm sure there's been a couple times where it didn't actually happen like that. But that's how President Obama got screwed every time when he was trying to pass something. It always got blocked by the Republicans because they took over the control, even though he was president. That's just the way America works. It's checks and balances, okay? Sorry for a little history lesson there, but uh, you just need to ask your friends to vote, please. I know a lot of people that do not vote, but they may not be literal, but they don't like what's going on with the conservative party. So, yeah, Bernie for president. I see what you're saying. I see what you're saying. For sure. Yeah, he is a fighter, for sure. He definitely doesn't take crap, not like certain other politicians. Yep. Asif, thank you very much. Well, I do have some other immigration news, okay? I'm going to start providing like quick news via YouTube Shorts. So check that out. My team tells me I need to start to do that today. Okay, so check that out. I do have a TikTok, by the way. I don't have maybe like 4 videos. We're gonna get that rolling, but it's just hard, you know. I got to do the work too. But there is some news with immigration. Okay, if you are seeking asylum, because I remember answering a question about asylum. There was, President Biden administration on the first day of his being in office, he took away the MPP migrant protocols which essentially was supposed to hold asylum seekers outside of America and have that ridiculous process. But the appeals court, it said that it was going to uphold the MPP program. Okay, so that's very unfortunate. Thing here is that Vice President Kamala Harris was helping. People say like, "Oh, Kamala Harris hasn't visited the border." I mean, honestly, the border is always going to look like the border. It's not gonna change. And during any everyone knows there needs to be better process. Okay, so President Biden tasked Vice President Harris to somehow take control, take a look at what she can do to improve the economy in Central America. So she has encouraged certain companies to invest up to 1.2 billion. That's the commitment she's received so far from Pepsi Coke Company, Parkdale Mills, which I have no idea what that is, Microsoft, JDE Peets, MasterCard, and Cargill. So I guess open call centers there. I'm not really sure, or something like that. So hopefully people will stay there for the jobs, but clearly that is not the only reason people are leaving their country. But hopefully it'll work out to stabilize the economy in Central America, those countries in Central America. But knowing what I know about the people that come to my office and consult with our office about seeking asylum, they're seeking asylum for a reason. It's not for a lack of a job. Okay. Someone has persecuted them or the threat of violence. So what the government needs to do is they need to pass this bill back. Is that what they call it? I get these different bills confused, but they need to pass this bill that includes a provision to help with create regional centers for asylum processing center. I think that's what they call it, because that would definitely help people process their case. There could be some unintended consequences, In my opinion, people, of course, need legal representation, need time to prepare for their case, because I'm thinking one unintended consequence if they have these asylum regional centers, processing center, is that they can have it processed within a couple weeks, which, of course, for some people is completely fine. And I know everyone's like, oh, I have a legitimate claim. I know, I understand that. But if you phrase things in a different way, and the government officer, unfortunately, with maybe lack of training, not understanding the situation in your country of nationality, they could deny you. Okay, I'm not trying to scare anyone, but I'm just thinking. I always try to think like, if I were a politician, what is the unintended consequence? Of course, because typically politicians don't think about that. So, friends, consider. Of course, I cannot guarantee any outcomes for you, but I'm just going to put a name out there. I mentioned it earlier, but his name's Brian Manning. He does practice asylum law. Okay. Let me see if I can put it up. Just typing it real quick. He has a channel on YouTube, so check it out. Um, but of course, there's obviously no obligation to hire him. It's just maybe he could give you some kind of he'll just just have a consultation with them, just like you would with our office. Okay. So check that out. Always want to point people in the right direction, because I know there's a lot of immigration lawyers that want to help out with asylum, but they do a lot of other things, right? With immigration, there's just so much to handle, and you want the best person, okay? And I know he only handles that. The best way to have the best person is someone who only focuses on one area, of course. So just like anything else, um, let's see here. You're welcome. Thanks for stopping by, Facebook user. Appreciate it. Ali, you need a sample letter? Okay, yes. Happy contact us. Okay, the best way is you can text us your email, and we'll just email it to you, or you can fill out the form at greencardguys.com and we'll send it to you. Okay, Skin Chosen. I don't understand your name, but maybe I'll have to check out your channel. What's up with F4? Yeah, it's ridiculous. It's filed in 2011. You're from West Africa. Is there any room getting approved for next year? So you have to, your visa has to be available before you can file for expedited. Okay. Let me check out the December visa bulletin. So let's see here. Chart B, F4. Yeah, they're working on case October 2007, my friend. So you got about roughly 4 years of waiting time. Who knows? Maybe they could speed it up by an extra month. I don't know, but definitely check every 6 months the visa bulletin, because, my friends, huge tip right here. There's other categories, not necessarily F4, but other family preference categories that could bump up sooner than you think. Okay. For example, like F2A was showing current for several years, I believe several years, if not almost at least a year. And so people under F2A, I mean, people call us for it, to get started, and then they forget to follow up and say, well, we tried, we told you. And now F2A, for example, F2A is backlogged now. It's working on cases that were filed September 21 and 2021. So that used to show current, meaning you, as soon as you file a petition, you can file for the visa interview, or if you're in the United States, adjustment of status, and you knock it out all at one time. But now, I know I'm mentioning this because I have some people who contact them and say, should I do this or not? Of course you should. I mean, it's ready. The visa could be gone away. It's a wait time again. So check. So the action takeaway for you is check every 6 months minimum. Because, to go full circle in this explanation, after the visa shows up on a visa bulletin and it's been more than 1 year, you're out. You're out of luck. We get a lot of calls about this. John, is there an exception to get the visa back? Yes, there's a very limited, narrow exception, but you have to show that you were proactive in trying to secure or go to the next step of the process, right? Did you upload your financial evidence to NVC? Did you pay the fees to the Department of State? It's a 445 total per person. Okay. They split it up in two, but total 445. Okay. So that shows that you're proactive. Did you fill out your DS-260 on the CEAC.state.gov website? I think that's what it is. It's just all like bookmarked. So you need to show that, okay? Because I've had a call, I think a couple weeks ago, family member got sick, so they didn't proceed with the visa. Whether you are sick or not, help your family member. if you're the petitioner watching this, help your family member. If you're the beneficiary watching this, ask your family member to help you. It doesn't even have to be a sponsor. Ask them to help you. You give them the answers, of course, to fill out the form because you want to show that you're proactive. You do not want to lose a visa because if you lose it, been over a year, you have to refile. Okay. And when you refile, you know what that means? That means new priority date, and you got to wait back in the line again. You don't want to do that, my friends. Okay. So, any other questions? Let's see. So, yeah, skin chosen, you do have to wait about 4 more years, I believe. So, check that visa bulletin. You could Google, you can internet search it. It will be under, visa bulletin with the Department of State website. Okay. Let's see other news here. Yeah, there's just talks about in terms of um, Chuck Schumer. Yeah, everyone's pressuring Schumer. I mean, should have been pressured a long time ago, in my opinion, about reform. Okay, if you are a tip for folks who are filing for adjustment, whether it's employment based or family based, and you are ready to file for adjustment, there is a rule about getting a medical exam. You still need to get that medical exam. The form is I-693. Okay, not every doctor is allowed to fill out this form, so you do have to go to the USCIS.gov website. I believe you click under tools and resources or resources and tools. You can just enter in your zip code and you can find a list of the nearest physicians. But specifically, I'm sharing this because the general rule is that you have to provide a medical exam, the I-693 filled out within 60 days of your filing date. Of course, with the pandemic, I mean, even before the pandemic, sometimes it's difficult to have the clinic provide you the exam results in a timely manner. And now with the pandemic, they're now waiving it. They just did this, I believe, this week. So they have this waived until September 30th, 2022. So I'm not saying you don't have to provide the medical exam. You still need to do that, okay? Because certain medical diseases would block you would be inadmissible. So you need to check that out. Even gonorrhea is on the list. So y'all need to get checked out anyway. So what else? Yeah, so it waived a 60-day rule because if you got 90 days ago, basically they're saying you can submit that. We've also had situations where, because of that rule before this waiving of the 60 days, we usually suggest to the clients, let's just focus on the evidence now and then get that medical exam after we file. Because medical exam is not going to hold up your EAD or advanced parole, the 131, aka travel permission. Okay. By the way, friends, again, if you're just tuning in or you're staying for the secret code to unlock the free 15 minutes, we're almost there. Just one more tip because we did get a couple of these calls the past couple months, or really throughout the year, is that when someone has flew into DFW Airport or any international airport, Houston International Airport, and custom asks certain questions, or they look at the database and see that, oh, you've come to America 5 times in the last year or 2 years. What are you doing here? So certain things like that, red flag. Or they see you have like 2 or 3 full luggages. They're saying, what are you doing here in America? Okay, not telling you to lie, but you need to be careful what you say. Okay, friends? For example, if you're helping out your family for a business in their business, but you're not getting paid for it, do not use the word work. Okay? Use the word volunteering. Because you use the word work, that usually is associated with getting paid or getting some kind of stipend or getting some kind of lodging, like they're letting you stay at their house. Okay, so as a reciprocal benefit, basically, even if you're not getting paid money. So you might want to think about that. Okay, schedule a consultation with us before you travel if you're really concerned, or they say, you're coming here to get married. Who are you staying with? Oh, I'm staying with my girlfriend or boyfriend, my significant other. Oh, are you getting married? No. Why would you say yes? Fortunately, I haven't had a call about that, but because you cannot, you're technically legally not supposed to have intent to immigrate here when when you're here as a non-immigrant visa, B1, B2, for example. Okay, friends. So hopefully that helps. And here's the reason why. There's other situations where someone has overstayed their visa and then they left, of course. Fortunately, not more than a year, because once you stay here more than a year without legal status, um, yeah, then you leave, then it triggers a 10-year restriction. Okay, some people might be eligible for a waiver, but I'm just giving a lot of know your rights tips here. But most of these will be in the form of YouTube Shorts from now on, or Instagram Reels, or TikTok. Which I guess I thought I mentioned that, but I forgot to mention my TikTok name here. So let me see if I can add that real quick for you. I think there's a name, immigration lawyer. Okay, immigration lawyer dad. Okay. You don't have to be nice. You can be rude. Let me know how the videos are. Okay. I'm not trying to be all creative. It's just all the point. Any of these, even these any of these avenues, platforms. My goal is just share know your rights tips that you really should know. Okay. So, anyways, but show me some love. That would be nice. Greatly appreciate it. So here's the secret code. It's on the bottom of the screen here. Green card guys, you could have guessed it. But if you're not new here, you would have known that already. And this is the best way to contact us. If you have time, you're at a computer, okay. And this is where you can fill out the form. And then step number 2 is schedule appointment. So there it is, friends. We have so much to share. I could keep talking all day. Oh, let me see. I know there's a couple more comments here. Senior designer, how long can NVC keep your stuff before start working on your case? Well, they're supposed to keep it the whole entire time. I mean, I'm hoping by now they have everything scanned and they just forward it to the or have a cloud. I mean, I've never worked for the government in this capacity, so I'm not sure. But they're supposed to keep all your stuff until your interview. But when you do have the interview, I think you said you're from South Africa, South America. Okay, you're in South America, so you're abroad. They're supposed to keep. Anyway, if they don't keep it right in the situation, I always tell client we always have a folder, cloud folder ready for clients um, to have it ready in the folder in case NVC doesn't have it for some reason. Okay, especially certified documents or original copy. All right, Facebook user, what's going on? Merry Christmas to you. Thank you so much. Appreciate it. Senior designer, it's only when your visa is near then NVC USCIS and oh, okay. If you're it sounds like your petition's still processing. Yeah, I mean they're supposed to forward that, but after USCIS approves your petition, you have to wait for a visa bulletin to show up your prior date. I don't know which category you're in. I can't recall that. So either way, you still need to provide other documents. You mostly financial evidence of your sponsor or joint sponsor, co-sponsor to the NVC database. Okay, it's not just the petition package. Kadam Hussein, yes, $1 million question. Everyone's looking for a job sponsorship. I understand. The best way is through something called H-1B. The lottery is coming up in the first week of March. So you need to get your resume ready, get it fixed up, and it has the H-1B position has to be based on your degree. Okay, so if you have a marketing degree, you cannot be sponsored like a just like administrative assistant or something. It has to be in marketing or related to marketing. Okay, so hopefully it helps, Kadam. You need to get your resume ready and start looking for jobs. There's plenty of websites in America for people to look for jobs. It's just now a matter of um, getting sponsored, right? And what we do, friends, is that we do have a short video clips to share with employers, your potential employer, because majority of employers do not understand the immigration process, which is understandable. A lot of them are intimidated by the process, but we explain it in a way that they can feel more comfortable about it. So it's a win-win for the employer and for you as the immigrant beneficiary. And that so anyways, if you end up finding an employer and they're like sound interested in sponsoring, let them know you know of an attorney, because they usually do not have their own immigration attorney. They might have their own in-house lawyer, but definitely not immigration attorney. That's very rare. So we're happy to help with that. Okay, Peng. So I'm just going to finish up these questions, then I got to head out, get on to consultations for the day and actual work. Having so much fun with y'all. You have a conditional green card through your mother's marriage to us. Okay. I'm sorry, to U.S. citizen. And then the marriage didn't work out, and she left him in 1988. Okay. She lost proof that it was a good faith marriage. Well, that's a long time ago. Do you mean to say 1988? Then what is that, 20, 40 years? The math's not exactly right. So 30, 32 years, 33 years. Is there a way for you to update your green card status or to get citizenship? We'll have to take a look. This seems a bit more. We're going to have a lot of follow up questions, so definitely YouTube is not the place for me to be able to explain it fully. But you've been here since 1980 and haven't left the country. Okay, but in general, you can. Your mom and your mom, right? Your mom and yourself can file the remove conditions. Okay, 751. But yes, you're right. You need to show that a good faith marriage is very important. But we need to talk about this, because typically, whether you filed the application or not, eventually your name, essentially your case, should have been already referred to immigration court. And if you haven't received any notice, let us know, because if you have a USCIS number or a number, we can check the system to see if you have any removal order. Hopefully not. But yeah, we'll need to take a look at that. Okay. And friends, by the way, if you do file 751 right now, I'm not sure if they upgraded it to like 24 months, but at least I can't remember, but at least it's minimum 18 months automatic extension when you file a 751. Because I know a lot of y'all worried if you filed after the deadline, you still will get that extension, fortunately. Okay, we're happy to help. Friends, until next time, please continue wearing a mask. Stay safe.